Good afternoon, Facebook family. It's Yvonne VanHaitsma with the Covestro Center for Community Engagement. It has been an awful week. We have witnessed the terrible murder of George Floyd at the hands of the Minneapolis-St. Paul Police Department. Much of America has been awakened, if they've been asleep, to the difficulties, to the tragedies of racial injustice in our nation. Not only are we in a pandemic of COVID-19 that has wreaked havoc across the entire globe, but we are also experiencing and waking up to the pandemic of racism that has been here since the inception of our country. I want to reach out to our Black colleagues, sisters and brothers. We see you, we love you, we are here for you. We weep with you, we mourn with you, we are angry with you. Please let us know we can be of help to you. I also want to address my white colleagues and nonprofit leaders as well. We have much work to do. I want to give some ideas of what I'm doing in my own life, as well as what we collectively can be doing. First of all, reach out to your Black colleagues. Know that they are not okay. You don't even have to ask. You do need to ask if there are ways you can support them, ways that you can be a part of the struggle, be a part of increasing racial justice and equity in our communities. Even better, see if there's a way you can take some workload off of them during this time, as they have additional needs for self-care and for advocacy. Perhaps if you're in a leadership position, finding ways to create that space would also be wise. Number 2, do your homework on yourself. There are many things that I know I need to grow in. Cultural humility, being vulnerable, being curious with what is actually going on in our hearts and in our lives, being willing to listen for that cognitive dissonance, as Renee talks about, being able to hold 2 truths in my own life, that I am both an anti-racist and I have prejudiced thoughts at the same time. Being willing to continue to work on that and be courageous and brave to root it out in my own life. Read, listen, do your homework. Number 2 or 3, I think we're up to, is in your nonprofit organization, doing your homework. Looking at how organizations can support racial equity and justice, making sure your organization is indeed free of racial injustice as well. It is a long aspiration for many. Continuing to narrow the gap between our aspirations and reality is extremely important. There are many tools for us out there. I know the Bear Center can help you, but there is also racialequitytools.org. There's Awake to Woke to Work. I found over 2,500 tools that you can use to advance your work. There are consultants that are specific to DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Find them, they're here. We can all walk alongside each other in this journey. And number 4, ensure that we are continuing to find ways to use our personal power and authority to make change. So whether you are on a board of directors, whether you're in a senior leadership position, HR, marketing, whatever you do in a nonprofit organization, finding ways to use that voice and power to continue to create change and push our community toward more racial equity and justice for all. I hope for a world where what we desire and aspire to for racial equity and justice is not just an aspiration, but also reality. In order to do that, we must work together. I'll end with a quote from Arthur Ashe. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. We can do this.